Baltimore Ravens absolutely destroyed the Lions, winning 38-6, and a big part of that is Fennel was in the audience for that game.
So we just knew the Ravens were going to win. Like,
he's willing them to win.
He just runs so pure.
But this is one of the best games Lamar Jackson has put on all year. He absolutely killed it. He had 357 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. He also added 1 more touchdown on the ground, so 4 total touchdowns. And he added 36 yards on the ground. He also looked mint. If this game was close, he could have had 5-6 touchdowns. But it was so out of hand. You had guys like Gus Edwards going off for 80-yard receptions.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an absolute immaculate performance by the Ravens on both sides of the ball. Lamar was standing in the pocket for, it seemed, eternity without any pass rush. There was one play I think he didn't get rushed for. He didn't have to throw for 10 seconds without him moving out of the pocket. It was just insane. Yeah. Gus Edwards had an absolutely glorious day. 14 carries, 64 yards, a touchdown, and a reception for 80 yards. I mean, he's had himself a field day.
It's about time Mark Andrews came out to play. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns, 4 receptions, 63 yards. So good numbers by Andrews overall. And surprisingly, Odell Beckham got a lot of the targets today, ran a bunch of the routes. He had 5 receptions, 49 yards. 7 targets, and it's just surprising that he's running so many routes, and they actually have a couple of good matchups coming up, so he might be an interesting add in a desperate flex play.
Yep. And Zay Flowers had another solid day, 4 catches, 75 yards. I mean, Zay Flowers is doing his thing this year so far, so it was a nice little pickup at the end of the year if you had
Zay
him.
Flowers doesn't come off the field. He's so little, so you would think like blocking plays or something he would come off. He just doesn't come off. It's just insane.
And it's been a great year for rookie wide receivers. You just have so many of them just putting up numbers. Mm-hmm. But for the other side of the ball, Jared Goff, just not the game that we expected him to have. We thought this would be a way closer game with the Lions being. We thought they were an elite team, and they got destroyed.
And you know what? It could have even been worse for fantasy. Like it was so out of hand. They should have just shut them down. But Dan Campbell it was like a hissy fit playing his players. But we love that he played Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra to the very end, and they run them into the dirt, and they both went nuts. Amon-Ra 19 targets, 13 catches for 102 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 10 targets, 9 catches for 58 yards, 11 carries on the ground, 68 yards and a touchdown. That's what we drafted Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's what we've been waiting for all year long. I mean, he had a couple huge explosive plays where you just see the talent is just there. It would have been better if it happened earlier in the game, but it didn't. But just to keep the game closer. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've been waiting for, Jahmyr Gibbs. That's why I was trying to get him from Warren before the game. Warren refused. And it was just great for Warren to refuse it because he went crazy.
Yeah, it's about time he had a great game. My question is, with Montgomery returning either next week or the week after, is Gibbs going to have any role? Because it seems like he does nothing.
It's going to be so limited. It's not going to be anything crazy.
But maybe he gets involved in the passing work is what I'm saying.
I mean, he ran 79% of the routes, but I just don't see it. When Montgomery's going to be back, he's going to get a lot of playing time. They love him. You saw how they played without him. It's just, if they did this and they won, it'd be one thing, but on a loss, I just don't know.
And the thing is, they like to ground and pound and not play that type of game, so I don't know. I'm not sure how it's really going to go for him.
And obviously Sam Laporta in the tight end wasteland continues to do his thing.
Yeah,